Midlife can be a challenging period, as people often begin to reflect deeply on their purpose and achievements. Feelings of disillusionment, anxiety, or even a sense of being lost may emerge. Fortunately, Stoicism, with its focus on inner control and rational living, offers valuable lessons to help us navigate these struggles. In this video, we share powerful Stoic quotes that align with these issues, each providing profound lessons and helpful advice to help you rediscover peace and motivation in life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before we dive into the content. 1. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well. In this quote, Epictetus, one of Stoicism's most renowned philosophers, offers deep insight into how we face life. The core message here is that we often experience disappointment because we expect things to go our way, yet life rarely follows anyone's plan. Instead of constantly wanting things to unfold as we desire, Epictetus encourages us to embrace everything as it naturally occurs. This acceptance not only brings peace to the mind, but also allows us to live harmoniously with reality. The takeaway is clear. Rather than attempting to control everything, focus on what you can control, your attitude and reactions. When you adjust your expectations and learn to accept change, you'll find that life becomes easier. Life flows better when you stop resisting it. Many people in midlife feel frustration when they realize life hasn't gone as they envisioned in their earlier years. Their careers may not have reached the heights they anticipated, or they may not have found the family stability they had hoped for. For example, some might chase after a perfect ideal they imagined, only to face dissatisfaction when it doesn't materialize. By accepting that life may not go according to plan, they can free themselves from the mental burden and focus on rebuilding in a more achievable way. To address this, you can practice letting go of rigid expectations. Try a simple exercise. When faced with a difficult situation, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "This has happened, and how can I adapt?" This helps prevent feelings of helplessness and empowers you to take more control of your life. Remember, life will always bring changes and surprises. Embracing the unexpected with a calm mind is not just a valuable skill, but a path to serenity and personal growth. In Stoicism, letting go doesn't mean abandoning dreams or ambitions. It's about how we handle what we cannot change. 2. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. In this quote, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius highlights that it's our inner thoughts that shape happiness. It's not external factors, wealth, fame, or material achievements, but the quality of our thoughts, perceptions, and outlook on life. When you control your thoughts, you can find happiness regardless of external circumstances. Understand that if you want a happier life, focus on improving your mindset and emotions. Don't let your mind dwell on negativity, self-doubt, or regret. Focus on positive thoughts, gratitude, and what you can improve. In midlife, many people fall into a cycle of negative thinking as they start comparing themselves to others or feel they haven't achieved what they hoped. For example, someone might feel discouraged when they see peers with successful careers or fulfilling family lives and start to devalue themselves. However, by changing their outlook and focusing on positives, like what they have accomplished or the good relationships they have, they can improve their mental state and find happiness. Try taking time each day to become aware of your thoughts. Whenever a negative thought arises, ask yourself, "Is this thought helping me?" If the answer is no, find a way to change it. A useful exercise is writing down things you're grateful for in life. This will help you focus on the positives and improve your mood. Remember, controlling your thoughts isn't easy, but it's the foundation of a happy and peaceful life. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to cultivate habits of positive thinking and gratitude for what we have. This not only helps combat feelings of disillusionment, but also fosters a strong, optimistic spirit during midlife. 3. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Stoic philosopher Seneca points out that most of the pain we experience is a product of our imagination. In reality, the anxiety, stress, and fear we often feel don't come from events themselves, but from how we imagine they will play out. This is especially true during midlife, when fears of aging, loss, or life changes can easily stir negative emotions. The clear advice here is to be mindful of your thoughts. Don't let worst-case scenarios control your life. Focus on reality and what you can manage instead of getting lost in imaginary worries. We often make situations worse in our minds, and this only adds unnecessary stress. In midlife, many begin to worry about the future, health, financial stability, or relationships. A common example is when someone panics over the possibility of losing their job or not achieving the career they envisioned. However, in reality, these scenarios rarely unfold as disastrously as imagined. While they may go through tough times, most of their anxieties are fueled by overthinking and excessive worrying. To apply this teaching effectively, practice pausing and reassessing when negative thoughts arise. Ask yourself, is this really happening, or am I just imagining it? A practical exercise is writing down your fears and then evaluating how many of them are actually true. More often than not, you'll realize most of your worries exist only in your mind. Stoicism encourages us to live in the present and not let imagined worst-case scenarios take over. Instead of letting fear of the future dominate your thoughts, face reality with calmness and logic. When you learn to tame your wild thoughts, you'll feel freer and less bogged down by imaginary fears. 4. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Seneca's quote affirms that life's difficulties and challenges are not enemies, but necessary companions that help us build mental strength. Just like physical training strengthens the body, facing and overcoming challenges sharpens and fortifies our minds. In middle age, a time often filled with challenges like career changes, shifts in relationships, or health concerns, we should view these obstacles as opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing difficulties as roadblocks, consider them as tests of your ability and strength. Focus on learning from each challenging situation and exploring how to overcome them. Shifting this perspective will not only lighten your emotional load, but also provide you with motivation to act. Many people in their middle years experience a midlife crisis, with worries about career, health, and relationships. Those who have faced difficulties at work but persisted, learning from their mistakes, often develop a sense of confidence and mental resilience. They can recount stories of overcoming challenges and finding joy in growth through hardship. One way to apply this wisdom is to journal about the difficulties you've faced and the lessons you've learned from them. Take time to reflect on past challenges and how they've made you stronger. A simple exercise is to write down one challenge you've overcome each week and how it made you feel when you look back. Can you commit to doing these simple practices? If you're serious about making a positive change, type yes in the comments to show your determination. Seneca encourages us not only to accept difficulties, but to welcome them as a necessary part of life. Remember, every time you overcome a challenge, you're not only growing, but also strengthening your mind. Each step you take through hardship builds a stronger foundation for your future. Trust that these challenges are shaping you into a resilient and determined individual. 5. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This Stoic philosophy from Epictetus emphasizes that being clear about what you want to become is the first and most crucial step toward making any meaningful change in your life. His words encourage us to define our goals clearly and stress that acting upon those desires is essential. This is particularly relevant in middle age, a time when doubt and dissatisfaction often arise. Self-reflection and adjusting your goals can bring new energy into your life. To overcome feelings of stagnation and restore motivation, start by asking yourself, what do I truly want to become? Write down your deepest dreams and aspirations. This practice not only clarifies your goals, but also serves as a powerful way to inspire action. Don't let mental barriers stop you. Turn your dreams into specific, actionable steps. Many people around you may have experienced feelings of aimlessness, but by redefining their goals, they found new joy and motivation. For example, I have a friend who, after years of working as a business manager without passion, decided to take a cooking course. This not only helped him discover a new passion, but also opened doors to work in the culinary field. Of course, from that point on, he rediscovered his zest for life through the activities he genuinely enjoyed. To apply Epictetus' quote in your life, create a vision board filled with images and ideas representing what you want to become. Display it in a place you see often. Each morning, spend a few minutes reviewing your goals and reminding yourself of what needs to be done to achieve them. Make a list of small, specific steps you can take daily, from attending a new class to seeking volunteer opportunities. Remember that every small step, no matter how tiny, is valuable. You're not just seeking outward change, you're building a new person within. Don't hesitate to pursue what you desire. These efforts will bring you a sense of accomplishment and happiness. In middle age, think of this as a new phase of rediscovery, aiming towards something better. Trust that the path you choose today will shape the future you deserve. 6. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Viktor Frankl, a renowned psychologist and Holocaust survivor, expressed a key principle of Stoicism: acceptance and adaptation. When faced with situations beyond our control, it is crucial to focus on changing ourselves, our reactions and feelings toward those circumstances. The frustration that often arises in middle age stems from feeling powerless in the face of life's changes, and this is where we must shift our mindset to overcome it. Understand that when a situation doesn't go as you wish, you might be the only thing you can change. Focus on how you can adjust your response to challenges, rather than trying to control the circumstances. Doing so will not only help relieve feelings of frustration, but also build resilience within. In reality, many people have found strength in their own hardships. A prime example is those who experience a major career shift in midlife. They couldn't control losing a job, but they learned to adapt by seeking new opportunities, whether in a completely different field or by starting their own business. Through these experiences, they not only adapted, but grew into more positive versions of themselves. To put this philosophy into practice, start by writing down the situations in life where you feel powerless. Then, identify the things you can change, whether it's your mindset, actions, or approach to the problem. Create a list of specific strategies to cope with these challenges and practice them daily. Remember that every difficult situation offers an opportunity for growth. You are not alone in this journey. Everyone faces changes and challenges. View obstacles as chances to uncover the strength within you. Changing yourself is not easy, but it's these efforts that will lead to new experiences and success. Trust in your ability to persevere and keep moving forward. 7. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. In this quote, Epictetus reminds us that philosophy should not only be spoken about, but lived. This is especially important when facing midlife challenges. Many people may have knowledge of Stoic principles, but applying them in daily life is what brings about positive change. When you live according to your beliefs, you not only set an example for others, but also strengthen your own confidence and self-worth. Don't just talk about your philosophy, live it. Let your Stoic values and principles guide your actions and decisions every day. This approach will help reduce feelings of discouragement, and you'll start to see your inner strength emerge as you tackle challenges. Personally, I found strength and motivation in practicing the philosophy I believe in. For instance, I've always aspired to personal growth, so I didn't just read books. I attended workshops, organized discussion groups, and even volunteered to help others. Through these activities, I've not only inspired those around me, but also enriched my own experiences. This, to me, is a small success. If you feel inspired, show your support by liking the video below. This would be a truly meaningful gift. To bring your philosophy to life, start by identifying the core values you want to live by. Set specific goals related to those values, such as dedicating time to activities you are passionate about or helping your community. Create a commitment to live by these principles every day. Remember, practicing your philosophy will not only help you overcome feelings of discouragement, but also serve as a powerful way to bring about positive change in your life. Don't hesitate to express yourself through action. Sincerity and consistency will attract like-minded people to your circle.